Hey there, I'm CJ Maurer with The Gist, and today we're going to talk about RAG status tracking in the HubSpot CRM. What is RAG status? RAG stands for red, amber, green. It's meant to provide a really quick encapsulation on overall customer sentiment and likelihood to stay or churn. You may call it something else. I don't care. For the purposes of this video, we're going to show you how to segment your customers based on sentiment. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's just start with the labeling of it all. You can absolutely call it RAG status. Red means high likelihood of churning. This customer is not happy. Amber is, we have some information that may suggest this customer is less than thrilled. We may want to apply some attention to this. Green is either hunky-dory, they love us, or there's no reason to suspect anything else is going wrong. So ideally, every single customer in your CRM should have a RAG status. That RAG status should be assigned automatically, and it should update automatically or manually. First thing you see here is a high alert report. This is a demo portal using the example of a payroll and HR company. So if you're unfamiliar with some of these high alert descriptions, that's fine. But what we really want is anytime there is a customer that should be on high alert, i.e. their RAG status is red, or if you want to do it red and amber, then you want to be able to pull that and go over it in your weekly management meetings or whatever it is you do. Now, once again, you want to call it something else, you want to call the property or the different value something else, that's fine. RAG is just a common thing used by a lot of people in B2B scenarios. So how do we create this? First of all, you just got to create the property, right? I created a drop-down select property called RAG status with 3 values, red, amber, green, and because I'm a little bit OCD and I like to color code things, I used the red, yellow, and green circle emojis. Pretty simple, right? Now, I'm gonna hover over this property and I'm gonna go over to used in 24. Look at all the places this is used. So we visualize it on a property card, it's in 2 views, it's in 2 reports, breaking down clients by RAG status, it's in conditional logic. Actually, as you can see here, what does that mean? When we move ticket properties to new stages, we require reps to confirm the RAG status, and then it's in a whole bunch of workflows. If I go into a ticket pipeline, you can see here that there is RAG status. So if you have a ticket pipeline to track customer support issues, what do you want to do? 1, require RAG status when creating the ticket and when closing the ticket. In some instances, you may want to require it at every stage of the ticket pipeline, where it just shows you what the RAG status is, right? Let's say kickoff is complete. You conduct a kickoff meeting, and maybe it was just really good, so I'm going to bump this RAG status back from red up to amber or from red to green, right? Whatever it may be. Now what you've done here is you've ensured that your team, who's constantly interfacing with customers, solving customer issues, is required to set or update the RAG status manually. What you also want to do is create workflows that automatically copy the RAG status on a ticket to the master company record. So if the company has a RAG status of green, but all of a sudden a rep who's working a ticket sets it to amber or red, you want to run a workflow that copies that over to the company so that company can show up on the high alert report and you can talk about it in your weekly management meeting or whatever it may be. So now you've first solved for how to manually ensure companies are set with the right RAG status. But now there's also a bunch of automated opportunities, right? By the way, here you can see this is a workflow that if a RAG status has ever been updated on a ticket, then we want to copy it over to the associated company and even set the high alert date and the high alert reason. Really cool automation there that saves some time. But what about your surveys? So if you have Service Hub Professional or Enterprise, you can run all types of surveys. NPS surveys to measure customer loyalty, CSAT, customer satisfaction around specific products and services, and the CES, the customer effort score. You want to trigger that whenever a ticket is closed or when some tickets are closed in some circumstances. If you have high ticket volume, you don't want to survey your customers after every single ticket you closed. But in some instances, whenever a ticket is closed, send a customer effort score and say, hey, how easy was it for us to solve your problem, right? Either way, regardless of what survey format or when you use it, you're gonna have positive answers, neutral, and negative answers, negative sentiment. So when you're building, and then this is actually an NPS, right? So this example is send out an NPS twice a year. Send it out, make sure all of your customers are sent an NPS survey once a year or twice a year. And there's a lot of cool things you can do. We actually address this in a separate video about how to streamline customer feedback. But if they don't fill it out, maybe you send a couple of reminders. But regardless, you build the survey, and then you're gonna have built-in automation of what happens when somebody provides a response, right? So if somebody is 0 through 6 on an NPS, they're a detractor, which means we should set their RAG status to red. If they're 7 and 8, that's actually not stellar either. We wanna set their RAG status to amber. And in this instance, we actually enroll them in a separate workflow, which sets their RAG status to green and actually alerts the sales rep to follow up, maybe tell them about the referral program or ask them for a review or testimonial. So now what you've done is if you automatically set a RAG status to green every time a customer is onboarded, and your reps are prompted to see the RAG status every time they open and work and close support tickets, and you're automatically setting and updating RAG status from survey responses, you've created a system where the RAG status is going to be accurate 99% of the time. Then all you do is you build views and reports wherever the people who need to see them can see them. In many cases, you have a weekly management meeting, and you can talk through these statuses and make decisions and try and troubleshoot these issues before they turn into something much more consequential, like a terminated contract or something like that. So love RAG status tracking, follow-up, and engagement. This is really, really useful for B2B software and service companies of all types. I hope you found this as useful as I do and some of our clients do. If you didn't, you have any questions, drop a comment on this video. By the way, we absolutely love making these videos for you. And if you want to offer us any feedback or suggest other strategic demo videos you want us to do, please let us know. In the meantime, I'm CJ Maurer from The Gist. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.